No way.
Wait, what?
It was
Amazing.
praise me. I thought it was never going to happen. Hello. Okay.
Oh, I'm sweating so much right now.
If anybody was hanging out with us for that whole journey, can we all just take a moment of celebration? Please.
Oh my goodness.
My ladies. Okay, now we just need to download this live and cut off like the first 10 minutes where I'm just like pressing the phone like, come on, come on. Okay. Welcome in, everybody.
Oh,
It's so good to see both of your faces. Like, let's just take a moment to ground because that was a little bit stressful. Should we take a deep breath together? Inhale.
yes, please.
Land in our bodies. Feel our vagus nerve activate. Let ourselves land in the moment. Okay. I am so grateful that you're both here and open to having a chat with us. I already had Cindy kind of introduce herself, and I would love to give you that moment as well. Polly, would you like to tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Okay. I'm Polly, freshly squeezed graduate from Supply. So technically now I'm fully operating subconscious rewiring coach, which I'm super excited about. I'm also a photographer, and originally I'm from the UK, but I left 18 months ago. And it was a decision that I made after I'd outlived my father, who passed away when I was little. And so it felt like a big thing. So it was time for another adventure. But it actually turned into a healing journey. And so I kind of realized that through that and through like the changes that I was experiencing and all the stuff that I was learning, that I wanted to do the same to help other people do the same. So that's kind of what led me to Yes Supply.
And here you are. Yeah. Thank you for sharing a bit about your journey there, and I'm so glad that it led you to our space, because I think you'll agree, like, our cohort was such a vibe and everybody's energy brought the perfect thing to the cohort. Like, we had such a special group. Seeing, like, Polly shared really beautifully about like part of what led her to say yes in this moment, you know, to Yes Supply. I would love to hear, you know, more of yours, Polly, and from you, Cindy. Like, what kind of led you to make this decision to do this, to take this path right now in your life? Cindy, if you want to go.
Yeah, for sure. So I actually 16 years ago was debating between actually doing counseling or massage. And in the end, I chose massage because of counseling just seemed, I didn't want to sit down at a desk all day. I was a little bit more drawn to massage. And then as I've been massaging over the 16 years, I realized that it's time to expand that. And I've learned so much from the actual physical body and what people store and how it releases. And honestly, I've been counseling people on the table for 16 years as well. So it's just really nice to be able to have the tools now to sit down with them and help them to get over that last little hurdle that they can't get and be able to open up on a different level. And it was during COVID, I couldn't work for about 3.5 months due to the restrictions, and everyone stayed at home. And I ended up really diving deep into, you know, who am I? What do I want to do? What's next for me? Where's expansion taking me? And then, like most people, probably just like listening to all the podcasts, listening to all the videos. And I really tapped into the fact that coaching was my next step. And so what took me so long from there was I also really, really wanted to do retreats. And I went to a retreat 2020 right before COVID and knew that that was my next purpose. That was like what I needed to do, and coaching was also part of that. So it kind of unraveled where I started to do my yoga, my sound bath, doing little workshops. And then last year I got the ting where my my subconscious was like, okay, like you're ready for coaching now. And a fellow student of Yes Supplies that I was working with, she was in the program. I'm not sure how she found the program, but I got to kind of shadow her as she went through the program and saw what she learned. And I was like, God, it was just like speaking to my heart. The interesting part is that from my own restrictions and belief systems about finances and money and stuff like that, it actually delayed me a bit, and I had to do some inner worth and knowing that, you know, this program's, I'm worthy of it. Due to just the cost and stuff, it was a bit more for Canadians, but I was like, you know what, at the end of the day, when I was working through that, I'm like, I am worth it. And I'm so glad I didn't like keep out and just do some like coaching program that I could find that I almost did. And I took that extra step and stepped into it because I was so happy with everything I learned. It felt like I was naturally just navigating it through it, like it was a part of me, and it just felt like so organic. And I'm so grateful. So
yeah,
that was my journey.
I think a lot of, do you know what, thank you for sharing. I think a lot of people, like students who kind of reflect on their journey, can recognize that it took them like a little bit to feel worthy of the investment, or to feel worthy of pouring into yourself, or whatever that kind of looks like. I know when I signed up for Yes, because I was a student too, as you both know, it took me ages to click yes too, and I really recognized myself in you sharing that part of your journey there, and that in fact it was understanding that, hey, I am worthy of this, and I can do it. So yeah, thank you for that beautiful share. Also, you know, you've been coaching for years already. Like, it's a personality type. Like, I'm sorry, we've all been doing it for years. Now we get paid for it.
Absolutely.
Polly, what I know you mentioned a little bit about, you know, outliving your father and that kind of being a catalyst for this next part of your journey. So what brought you specifically to Yes Apply? Because you both got really different routes, you know, massage, photography. I'm really interested to know more.
Well, I actually first sort of encountered, well, my initial interest started when I was a very angry teenager, which is like a little strange. That I seem to have this, what I used to call a safety valve. So it was like I had interests in. I knew there was a way that I didn't have to feel the way I did, and and I was an angry teen because of like childhood stuff, and so I was a bit of a rebel. So my interest in metaphysics actually began in my teens. Wow. I read a book called Living Magically by Jill Edwards. So that was all about like inner child stuff and quantum physics, and so it was a fascinating book, and it really sort of changed my perspective, and so my interest from then just carried on. It was something that I was constantly like diving into. I was diving into psychology at A level. I had a therapist in my late 20s, and actually even got a diploma in counselling. And I also got a very, very, very old and basic life coaching diploma online, just like the most basic thing you could get, but it really was just delivering the most basic level of coaching. So when I had a client, because I was beginning to create content last year, and whilst I was on this journey, this healing journey, and so I had this client, and it went really well, but it was like at the end of it, it was like I have to be able to go deeper. You know, just like some mindset reframes and behavioral changes just wasn't enough. I wanted to, you know, I'd been learning all about the science of the subconscious, and I wanted to be able to get to root cause. I wanted to be able to, you know, facilitate change at identity level. And so I'd been following Reese for a couple of years, and you know, she was talking my language. I was like getting signing up to all the free workshops and all the rest of it. So
binging all the content.
Yeah,
I've been there.
Yeah, so I was so familiar with her, and so she was just talking to me. So after this client and this like realization that it just wasn't like what I knew and what I was experienced in just wasn't enough, and I wasn't even actually that experienced in it. So and as I was on this healing journey, it was like it felt important to invest in myself. And it was like, as Cindy was saying, I felt the same way. It was like a big financial investment. And, you know, I had to regulate my nervous system for 2 full days before I did anything about it. And it was like, but it felt like the right thing to do, because I'd never done anything like that for myself before. You know, I'd never, you know, I'd never ever done that. And so I wanted to, not only did I want to learn more about subconscious rewiring and get certified, you know, to get the skills, get the knowledge, get the experience, but I really wanted accountability, and I wanted community, you know, and that's what I got. I didn't even think about doing the self-study, because it would often, you know, for me the most important part was, you know, the live call, you know, and I loved them so much. I love you guys so much.
Oh, Tuesdays are weird, you know, without our group. Thank you for sharing so beautifully. Like, it's really interesting to see like what leads us all to a certain path, right? And I think what you identified really beautifully there is it often starts way before we're even conscious of this is a job, or this is something I can do. Like that interest in people and how they work and how they change and how we grow in our grit, and that's there from like, you know, an early age. And I recognize that in a lot of our students too. So you kind of brought it perfectly onto my next question, to be honest, because you started mentioning the live calls. So I kind of want to know from both of you, like, were you nervous before the first live call? And what do you think was your like favorite moments of the live space? Because I know as a trainer in the space, like my favorite part is getting to know everyone and seeing all the magical breakthroughs and relationships. I'd love to know from both of you how you felt before the first call and what was your biggest takeaway from the live aspect of the program.
Well, first of all, I missed the live call because mostly because my time zoning skills are not my strong suit, so I was off by 2 hours.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I forgot about that.
So I can't say I've improved on that, but that's why I need to double check every time. I'm like, okay, is it 2 hours before or after? For the second call, I would say I was a little nervous, but mostly just so excited to be a part of it. And the nerves calmed right away once I met you, Jess. Like, you're just such a calming, energetic soul, and I'm so glad that I got paired with you in this process, because you just made things seem like, you know, you're just like my best friend sitting there next to me listening to like me learn. Yeah, so I appreciate that.
You literally like making me smile and cry all at once. Thank you. That is so nice. Okay.
Yeah, so that was my experience. It was good.
Yeah, I felt like I didn't get like big nerves off you. Like I felt like you were just like eager, ready to go. Like let's do the things. Yeah, I totally forgot that you missed a welcome call. That's so funny. And I remember getting an email like, so I turned up 2 hours late, and I was like, it's cool, you can come next week. I won't chuck you out. Polly, what about you? How did you feel before the first call?
I'm both nervous and excited. Yeah, I was like really, I was ready to go. I was ready to ask 4,084 questions.
Yeah, there's always a question asker in each group, and in our group that was Polly. And I always say to the ones with all the questions, because they're always like, sorry, another question. I'm like, don't be sorry. Each group needs somebody who asks all the questions, because I'm the person in the group who has loads of questions but forgets to ask them. So like, I'm always so grateful for the people that ask loads of questions.
Absolutely. Like, she asked all the questions. I was like, yeah, what about that? Oh, what about that?
I didn't even think of that, Polly.
Yeah.
Even I was like that sometimes.
Thanks, Polly.
Yeah, thanks, Polly. So I think what I would like to ask is, you've both kind of given us a vision of like what was leading you up to joining. So what would you say feels different about you personally or professionally, like since going through the process?
For me, I just feel more confident. I feel like I have the tools now that I can really help somebody. And even in the practice hours that we had to do to graduate, it was just so rewarding just to offer those and to see the transformation in 1 hour, like what you can do with these tools. It was just so mind-blowing. And it was really, it gave me the confidence that, you know, after listening to somebody asking them powerful questions, and just like you tapping into, like, this technique is what I need to do. It just intuitively came, and just the knowing of it. So I definitely feel more well equipped to walk forward, helping people, and excited, super excited to be able to.
Right, as well. Like one of the questions I get at the beginning so much of the cohort is like, how am I going to know which technique to use for what? And I know it's really annoying, because I'm like, it's just going to click. Like, I promise you, it's just going to click. And I know that doesn't feel helpful right now, but it will click. And then when I see it click, I'm like, there you go, there it is. And you know, I remember seeing that with all of you, and like that confidence, I agree, that confidence it gives you is so grounding when you're going out and doing the work, knowing that you have everything you need to like really help that person transform. So I love that. Polly, how do you feel differently since going through the program?
Well, my personal transformation has definitely been huge. I'm still a human in progress, and I think that's a lifetime position. But if you compared me to Polly then and Polly now, then like that's two quite different people. I feel very competent as a coach, and very confident now in my ability to help others, and that definitely didn't exist before. It was like, I can do, like before it was like, I can do this, I can, I've got this, and now it's like, yes,
it just is. Yeah. I have to say, you're both magnificent coaches. Like, I love hearing that you are both feeling more confident now because of the process. But from, you know, the moment you both came into my space, I was like, oh, these two have got it. Like, there's no doubt, you know, you're doing what you meant to do. So I can definitely relate though to like just knowing all of the information you learn, all of the techniques you learn in this space. I think does just give you that sense of like, I really have got it. Like, I'm not just messing around. Like, I've got it. Like, let's go. So I love that. Now I want to ask the question that Cindy asked me not to ask. So I'm going to ask you, what is your favorite technique that you learn, or one that maybe you feel has had a really big impact on you or someone you worked with? Like, just sharing about something that stands out in regards to the actual modalities that you learn with us.
So I did think about it. I'm like, okay, I got to answer this question now. And I'll the neurological energetic encoding is definitely my favorite. Like, I think there's so many things that you can do with it, and so much things you can clear up and learn from your past and put into your future. And I just think it's actually really, really powerful. And for some reason, I really like anchoring as well. I think it's just such a simple, fun technique you can do. And, you know, somebody's running a little low on courage or motivation or whatnot, just putting in those anchors, and like they can tap into it anytime, I think is very powerful. So I would say those are my top two.
Love it. thank you. I mean, I too can't really answer this question, so I totally get why it's a hard question. You did very well. Polly, what about you?
Impossible to pick one. I thought about it and I have a top three,
Okay.
in no particular order. So it's hypnosis, NEE, so same as Cindy, and parts integration. So I think those, because I think those were the ones that had the most impact on me. So I know.
I remember your parts integration session. That was really powerful. I remember that was really beautiful to witness.
I still get choked up thinking about
I know, me too, even thinking about that story, make you cry. But like that, I think what we're speaking to as well is like a lot of this journey is learning the tools so you can help people, but how it helps you unfold and unlearn and become the most centered and authentic version of yourself can only help all of the work you want to do. Like, it's only a good outcome. And nobody asked me, but I think as a trainer, one of my favorite things is witnessing those moments and seeing, I know you can go out there and work with everyone, but when I witness those moments where you have a breakthrough, like, that's what stays with me. You know, that's what stays with me, and I see that journey, and it just makes me so happy.
And especially as we were your favorite cohort.
Always, obviously you're my favorite cohort. Polly, you're gonna get me in trouble.
No.
I don't say that to all of the cohorts, okay? Polly, I need to anchor. I need to just like ground myself after that. If you're in any of my other cohorts, you're my favorite. No, I'm joking. I will say there was something really magical about the time in my life where your cohort was. You know, that I was going through such a big transition myself. And one of the things I always like to do in the space is say, like, be really vulnerable and share my truth too. And that was all unfolding at such a different pace in my life, that you were all such a beautiful support to me as well. So I'm really grateful for all of you. Always. Let's move on, because obviously I've got loads of favourites. I want to ask about the plans moving forward. So I think what's really exciting is, I know Cindy spoke briefly at the beginning about like her retreats and that she does, and I know you've been running loads of great retreats, and you're now collaborating, which is really powerful. You both like come from these really successful paths and now like bringing your forces together. So tell me a bit about what's going on.
Should I start, Polly?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, so we're just like really at the beginning stage of planning. But we're going to definitely collaborate all of our skills and place them together. So there's going to be some photography, some yoga, some coaching, and we're going to really direct it towards self-love. So the retreat will be called Embodied Self-Love Retreat. So really, really excited about putting that together with Polly, and we are aiming for June of next year. We haven't landed on a location yet, so I don't know if anybody has any suggestions that they want to pass on to us. They are welcome. Yeah, like, where would you like to see a retreat like this held? And we will look into it and try to navigate that. Polly, is there anything you would like to add about it?
No, I think you got it covered. It's really because it's such a we've planted the seed. And we're gonna water it and then revisit it when it's more of a plant. I don't know why I've gone down this road.
She's going with the plant metaphor, and we're here for it. We're with you. We're watering the plants. We've got the plant food. I've even got a sprayer. Like, we're good.
I feel as though like I'm committed to that. And I have to keep going.
I think it's because that's how I started it when I was like launching it to you. I'm like, we're just planting the seed. We're gonna water it. So the summer we're gonna get together, and we're really gonna like put all the pieces together and find the location. So
yeah, we'll keep you posted for sure. Anyway, and just to be clear, I'm not going to be teaching photography on it. We'll both be coaching. Cindy will be teaching yoga classes, but I will be actually photographing people, working with people on photographs of themselves because it's all about self-love, and and self-acceptance, and being able to, like, you know, look at pictures and love what you see, because so many people don't like themselves in photos.
Okay.
So so it's kind, that's kind of, so it's like faces, bodies, minds, plants. I don't know, we're just gonna
we're just watering plants. No, I think it sounds beautiful. Like, from what I gather from what you've both shared, it's a retreat where people are going to come. They are going to immerse themselves in the experience of all the different things you offer, with the emotional body coaching, with the photography, and I'm guessing you're going to integrate a lot of the techniques that you've learned here to help people rewire and just leave loving themselves in a totally new way. Right? So
you're hired. You're hired as our PR person.
Definitely going to be offering like restorative hypnosis as well. You do like restorative yoga with some hypnosis and stuff like that. It really just, like,
I love it. I'm so proud of you both for collaborating. Like, this is such a beautiful story of like powerful people coming together in the space and then making magic out there. And I always like to think about the ripple effect of the work we do. And like, this is huge. Like, you two are working together because you met here and you're having this little retreat baby that's gonna like blossom and grow into a beautiful plant. Like, we're rinsing this plant metaphor, like we're gonna squeeze it. So like, knowing where you're at now and what you're creating from this, which I just know is going to be magical and massive and everything you want it to be, what do you think you would say to the past version of yourself who maybe didn't believe you were worthy or wasn't sure if you should do it? Like, what would your message be to that past version of yourself?
I would say you should have done it sooner.
Get out!
That you got all the tools you need. You should have done this sooner.
Yeah, I hear you. I can relate. What about you, Polly?
I would say listen to your intuition. Listen to it and trust it, and not let the fear monsters get in the way, because really it's a question of if not now, when, you know. And when the timing is right, you just gotta go for it. You know, they say, don't they, what's the saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
Ooh, yeah. That's so true. I did the same thing. Like, I think my message to my past version of me would be like, stop ignoring what you know to be true. You know, like, I just kept ignoring that voice because it felt too scary. But like, the longer I ignored it, like the more it like came out, you know. So I did see we had a question in. I think it was somebody asking, sorry, I can't find it, so I don't know who you were, but somebody asked like when you graduated. When did you graduate? I should know this.
Beginning
May
7th.
Literally like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They graduated and they're now like planning their retreat, doing all the things. So yeah, you're both doing amazing work and I'm really, really proud of you both. I don't know. Do you want to ask me anything? Share anything else? Have we missed anything?
So Jess, are you going to come to our retreat?
Duh. Like, send me the link.
Well, where would you like it?
Europe would be great because I have a toddler, but do you know what? I'll go anywhere.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's going to be probably in Europe or UK. So those are the options, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm coming. I'm there. There's no doubt. I'm just like so in awe of you both, like taking action too. And I know it's from the work that we do, but it's so easy to block yourself from these visions. And you both going for it is really powerful and a testament to the way you both show up for yourselves. So thank you so much. Or someone said Croatia. Do you know what? Croatia's on my list. I haven't been to Croatia. So.
Okay. Hey, yeah, we'll definitely have to look into that.
Let's do it. I feel like I don't want to go because it took so long to get on. But I would guess I don't think I have anything else to ask you.
Can I just mention that I'm about what else I'm doing aside from planting seeds with Cindy?
Come on, speak it into truth here, right now.
I've got the opportunity.
Yeah, go.
I'm opening up my one-to-one container, so I'm really excited about that. And I've been working out how that's going to work. And it's I'm kind of calling it the 3 keys matrix or something like that. But it's something that I've been cooking up, and I'm also sort of half working on a group program, but that's further down the line. And I write an awesome newsletter called The Experimentalist. So if anybody wants some free alternative style coaching in their inbox, then just got to get on the list, y'all.
I love it. Make sure you follow both of these amazing ladies if you are watching, and like, we're always going to be cheering you on and shouting you out along the way. And like, seriously, I'm in awe of you both. Like, I think you're pure magic. Cindy, did you have anything else you wanted to share?
I'm not sure. Like, I mean, I don't know. I'm really excited to be able to like do the coaching and help people out through all the different modalities and stuff like that. So definitely offering one-on-one coaching right now, singles or a package deal, and bringing it into the retreats is definitely. I have another, like, I have a bunch of retreats. I have one that's more local to where I live now, which I'm really pumped about. A weekend one offering coaching as well, and all the other fun stuff. So if anyone wants to come to Canada and do a retreat local here, you can. Okay. Yeah.
Look, I've got a busy time. I just want to play a game for a sec, if that's okay.
Sure.
Okay. So I want to play a game. I want to pretend it's July 2025. And so both of you close your eyes for a sec. It's July 2025. You have run the most amazingly magical retreat, helping so many people to love themselves and feel good about themselves. And it's all come together in the most perfect way. Now I want you to open your eyes and tell me how it feels.
Am I allowed to swear?
I don't think so. Okay, well,
amazing.
Let's book that in July 2025. It's already done. I'm so proud of you both. Thank you for opening your hearts with us. Thank you for the work you're doing out there. If anybody's enjoyed our chat, make sure you follow these ladies. I also have a new cohort starting. We have lots going on at Yes Supply. So if you have any questions about the cohorts or anything like that, I'm sure any of us will be happy to answer any of your questions. And yeah, thank you for hanging out with us, and thank you for persevering through my 25 attempts.
I'm so glad we made it work.
We got there in the end.
It's so lovely to see you both.
Oh,
I miss you.
I don't want to go. I kind of feel like we're on FaceTime and it just a chat, but we are actually. Bye, ladies. Thank you so much.
Oh,
bye.
Love you. Love you. Bye.
Bye.